This is Donald Wade, FTH212 Module 3. The date is 12 May 2024. So, part 1, perform a field strip. As we can see, I am cleared. No ammo. Perform a field strip, identifying parts. Field strip. You get your frame with your trigger mechanism housing, your ejector. Let's use this. Your ejector. This one's a little straighter. Trigger housing, ejector, your trigger bar connector, your locking block, your slide stop, and your mag release. For your slide, you have your striker safety plunger, your striker, and then your breech face. You've got the striker sticking out just a tad. Your slide plate, and inside you've got your extractor, and the depressor plunger is inside, along with the spring and a spring-loaded bearing to hold all that in on the back side of this slide plate. And then of course you've got your sights. You get your recoil spring with your guide rod. This is a captured. PSA ended up sending me out a replacement. This one has the capture screw. Your barrel, you have your bore, this would be the chamber, your feed ramp, and inside your barrel you have rifling. This is where your barrel will drop down into the locking block when the slide is to the rear. As the slide moves forward, it brings this back level and allowing it to lock in on the slide cutout. So this is what allows it to be a tilt barrel system. Let's see. Areas that I'd be most interested in viewing. I would want to look at the trigger and make sure there's no burrs, the springs, making sure all the springs are at the proper tension. On the slide, I want to check if it's not extracting and ejecting. I'm going to check the safety plunger, and again springs, making sure there's no binding in any of the springs. I want to make sure They are lubed. For the barrel, I want to use borelite to make sure that there is no burrs in the bore inside the barrel. Make sure the rifling is not chipped or pitted, and ensure the crown is not damaged. So moving on, I am going to reassemble and do headspace on this PSA dagger. So I'm going to use my headspace gauge. I have a go gauge and a no-go gauge. Okay. So what I'll do is I will place the no-go gauge in first. I'm going to place it into the breech, and I am not going to slam the slide forward. I am going to ride it forward, and there should be no locking of the barrel to the slide. If this happened, that means if this were to lock, you have issues that need to be addressed. Again, that is the no-go. We'll do it again with the go. Place that into the breech. Again, not slamming the slide forward. It locks. The barrel locks in the slide. That tells me that this firearm is go. The barrel is matched with the breech and the breech face. There's plenty of clearance, no issues. One thing that I would really like to be interested in learning is if there are issues, how can we as gunsmiths fix those issues without simply replacing a barrel or replacing a slide. I would really like to learn how machining and how we can rectify that issue. As far as services, you've got your breech face here, as well as your the breech and the slide block. Those would be the mating surfaces that would determine your headspace. Thank you.